Hello YouTube, my name is Legend of the S and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate predictions video. No, actually this is more of a let's talk about it. It's the game modes and features, mostly game modes, or not actually just game modes. Technically speaking, they could be considered features for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The game is right now, this video is going to go up on the 7th, which is just sort of happens Sunday, and it just sort of happens to be 2 full months before the game's launch, and the day, or 59 days actually I should say, and the day after today, the day after this being released, it's going to be the 8th, and on the 8th we're going to be beginning the Smash Bros. Ultimate Countdown Tour. It's not really a tour, just a countdown to the launch of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If I had Super Smash Bros. 64, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and a good way to play Brawl, a good control to play Brawl, I would have done a tour of like it's classic mode for each character, which is basically what I'm going to be doing. I'll be playing in Smash Force Classic mode, the Wii U version, until the launch of the day, and we're going to be going in countdown order from the last character introduced to the series to the first one, but it's going to be a little bit different than what the roster is in Smash Ultimate's count, because I'm going to do Lucina right after Robin. It's because of that's how they were introduced to the series, not right before. Like for example, I'm not going to do Dark Pit and then I'm going to do Pit. I'm not going to do Lucina and right after do Marth. No, it's going to be by order as they were introduced to the series, and I'm going to be counting them as Echoes because when they were first introduced, they were not introduced as Echoes. So that's basically the only minor tweaks. Is going to be Dark Pit followed by Palutena and Lucina followed by Robin, but apart from that, it's basically the order that's in the Smash website. But now let's get on to it, to this video, to the Smash features for the game modes. So first things first, before we even get to the game modes and stuff, I want to talk about the intro for the game, because I don't know if I said this in the video, but I want to say it to be left marked in a video that I predicted this, because because this is something that a leaker would say. They would come out and say like, I've seen the intro for the game and here it is, the intro. I think the intro is going to be dynamic, not dynamic in that the what's in it, what's happening on screen for each character is taken from your highlights of playing. No, what I mean by dynamic is it's gonna be growing based on the characters that you unlocked. So when you first boot up Smash Bros. Ultimate on December 7th at midnight, from the 6th to the 7th, the opening should be just the 8 characters. It should be number 1 Mario, number 2 DK, number 3 Link, 4 Samus, you know, giving to us like it was the Everyone's Here trailer. And then once as you unlock characters, they get added to the intro. So you unlock Ridley, character 65 is added to that trailer. And the opening of the game is just the Everyone's Here trailer that keeps on growing. And once you have unlocked every character, minus possible future DLC, it just says Everyone's Here. It's the E3 trailer, how it ends. It's the artwork, Everyone's Here, and yeah, the menu screen, the opening menu screen when it says Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I think it might just be the Ultimate logo over top the character artwork, which would be pretty cool, or even just the artwork, the box artwork, the same way it is the box artwork, except instead of just being the same way as the intro, as it grows until everyone's there. And I think that's what's going to happen. And I say that this is something that a leaker would say, because a leaker could be like, I saw the intro of the game and here are the characters, here's how it's going to be, and here are the characters missing. And I also think that's going to be the last trailer we're going to see for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate around the Game Awards time or the next Nintendo Direct revolving around Smash. Now, going over the game modes and what I am expecting. First things first, I'm expecting most, if not all, the game modes to return if they don't take too much work. I'm not expecting, for example, Break the Targets to be, I expect it to return, but not in the style of Melee where every character has its own level. It could be, it definitely could, if there's a dedicated team for it, absolutely, but if there isn't a dedicated team for it, then no, because one for each character, unless Echoes have the character they're based on, the level that the characters that they're based off have, then right now we would have 74 levels just on Break the Targets. That's insane. Plus the 100 plus stages, plus the characters and other game modes. That's insane. I do think we're gonna get an adventure mode in the style of Melee. Why? Because I think we're gonna get that alongside story mode. I think Spirit, or the Spirit mode, is going to be that adventure style mode where characters are going to be playing through a certain level in a franchise and then going to a boss at the end. And and the reason I say that is because a lot of people right now seem to want, not right now, but people over the course of the announcement and the speculation surrounding Ultimate have wanted it, a Subspace to return. But I think people are looking at Subspace with nostalgic eyes and not seeing it for what it truly is, exactly the same way the first generation of Pokemon is. It's looked at through rose-colored tinted eye lenses, and people don't realize that they're doing it, like the original Pokemon. If you look at the original 151 Pokemon, people said the original ones and that they ran out of ideas when it comes to newer generations, and you look at back to the first generation, the quote-unquote best generation, you're gonna see that a lot of the Pokemon were very much generic. People complain about, oh, there's a Pokemon that's a bunch of keys. Do you remember a little Pokemon called Electrode? Voltorb and Electrode. They were literally Pokeballs. We have Garbage, Grimer, and Muck. We have, again going back to the keys, but we had Magneton and Magnemite, and that's the exact same thing with Subspace. People right now are looking at Subspace and not remembering all the bad stuff about Subspace. Subspace was not that good. The best part about Subspace was the cutscenes, but the platforming wasn't all that good. The backgrounds and the areas most of the time were generic. Apart from the halberd, I don't think there's a single area in that game that is from a Nintendo game. And even the halberd's already kind of pushing it. I'm trying to think, I don't think there is. It's in this random world that we know nothing about, and all the characters are there. And it's weird to me. And people remember it fondly, but it's mostly the cutscenes. Like the enemies, most of them were generic outside of very select few ones. And even the ones that were there were basically, what was it? Was Mario enemies. I'm trying to remember what enemies outside of the Mario universe were there, but I can't think of one. So please tell me in the comments if I'm forgetting. Because I think it was mostly just the regular, like Subspace Emissary enemies, and then some Mario enemies. I don't remember enemies outside of the Mario universe being a part of that story, of Subspace. And even then, the final third of Subspace, the Great Maze, is terrible. And that's why I'm thinking they're bringing back both a story mode and an adventure mode. An adventure mode to be more like Melee, where you go through areas based around the games, and the Subspace mode, the story mode, where it's much like, say, the Injustice game's story mode, where you play with a character, you do a couple of battles, you get cutscenes in between battles, and then you change to another one. It's like Injustice 2, you go from playing, like, you do 4 battles with Batman, and then you're playing with Harley Quinn, then you're playing with Green Arrow and Black Canary, and I think that could work here. You could be like, you play Mario, then you play 4 battles with Mario, you get cutscenes, and then you're playing with Link. You get cutscenes, you get some battles, you're playing with DK. You get some cutscenes, you know, and I think it's the best of both worlds, because we can get the cutscenes that Subspace Emissary did so well, and we can get the platforming and going around Nintendo areas without having to combine them both and maybe ruining one or the other, and most likely the fall would go probably to Subspace. Plus, in a story mode, in the Subspace thing, they had to combine everything. They were trying to do everything in a logical sense of like, this is why everyone's here, and they just sort of happen to be in this universe for whatever reason. Even the opening of Subspace makes no sense. Peach and Zelda are in a stadium to see Mario and Kirby fight. I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand that idea, or the fact that like the ancient ministry is Rob, and Robs are killing themselves, and Captain Falcon just comes in when Olimar is being threatened by a Rob and kills a bunch of pigments, well, that's cool and all, and it's funny to see. There was literally no explanation apart from he wanted a story mode, you know, and I would prefer if we keep those things separated. And I think that's for the best, genuinely for the best, because there will be people that don't care about the story, and there will be people that won't care about the platforming. So instead of making a mode that is both of them, you separate them both and keep them apart, so that people working on the adventure mode can focus on the adventure mode, and people working on the story can focus on the story, and not having them intertwine and maybe create a big mess of like, we must create this level because it's in the story. And then the levels can be more compact, can be maybe a little bit more freedom on them, and hopefully we can, in the story mode, we can have like some brand new areas, quote unquote, for like brand new original characters as well. And even that could also happen in the adventure mode. And when it comes to other modes, I think that if a mode doesn't require too long or too much work to do, that mode's gonna make it back to Smash Ultimate. Like Smash Tour, I think it's gonna come back. I think that people gave it a bad rap. People give it a bad rap all the time. People hate it and say they cannot understand it, but to me, that's just not giving it a chance and just being obtuse and not wanting to hear the rules or not wanting to play it or not wanting to understand it. Because if an idiot like me can understand the rules, then everybody can understand the rules. I don't even get what's so complicated about Smash Tour. People say they don't know what to do and it's complicated. The rules of Smash Tour are literally, you're gonna go around the board for around 10 or like, was it? It's 10 to 25 turns. You gather characters that you use in battle, boosts that will help you in battle, and you get items that can be used in the board or in battle. Then, once in a while, if you cross paths with someone, unless that someone using a potential item, you'll do battle. You can also battle bosses. You can also reach a battle event in the board that will make you all have a fight. You might not always battle. You might do some home run or some stadium event, but that's basically the gist of it. At the end, every character, and if you lose a match, if you go into a match, if you lose it, the character that you were just using, the first character that's in the slot from all the characters that you can use. The characters will rotate between using them, and at the end, if you lose it, you lose the character, if you lose the battle, but if you win the battle, you get one of the characters from your opponents, most likely the guy that you knocked out. And yeah, and at the end, every character that you got, it's a battle between all the players. If you get the characters that you got, the fighters that you got throughout the match will not be your stock. I don't understand what's so difficult about that. Maybe I took a little bit too long, but it's basically the gist of it. Go around the board collecting fighters, boosts, and items. Items are used in battle and outside and on the board. Boosts gives you a boost during the battle. You fight every once in a while, you get prizes. You may, if you lose the fight, you lose fighters. If you win the fight, you get an item and maybe a fighter. Sometimes you won't fight, you have a tournament, you have a stadium event, and at the end you fight using the fighters that you collected. What's so difficult about that? I think that people just some people did not want to understand it and just wanted to complain about it. And I think because of the simplicity of the way the game looks and the rules of it and how it is planned out, I think it's gonna be in the game. And I think online, if it has online, that's gonna help people figure out the rules, because I think that was the other thing. People did not have people to play with, so they didn't want to bother with it. I think that was the main issue with it. I think that was honestly the main issue with it. It was people not wanting to give it a chance and people not having somebody to play with them. And me, being the lonely fuck that I am, I always played it no matter what. I always wanted to enjoy my games, so yeah, I was gonna do it. So, and moving on that past little rant, I think event mode is clearly gonna come back. This is the ultimate version. It makes sense to be back. I think that Crazy and Master Orders will return because those were fun. And I think that what was the classic mode in Smash 4 for the Wii U will now be the Conquest mode. It's going to be renamed to Conquest mode because that made a lot more sense to be called Conquest than it did being called classic mode. It basically you in that board in the little circle collecting characters basically. Every character that you knock out, it becomes a trophy for you, and if you need, they come and help you. I think that will be renamed Smash. It's going to be renamed Conquest, and it will be a part of the game. For new modes, that's the difficult part, because we already have Smashdown and Squad Strike, which are going to be those two look like to be really fun modes. If they are online, even better, because there's no fun in doing those against the CPU unless you have friends with you. That's not going to be as fun. It's still fun to do it in the setting of actually going through a bunch of players, especially Smashdown, or having to fight different characters in the same match in Squad Strike. But it's something that we have to see how it goes. So yeah, that's I think about it for this video, apart from that not so little rant on Smash Tour and the hatred surrounding Smash Tour. Oh no, wait, there's more modes that I could still think of. Stadium mode, I think everything's gonna come back, and I think all the stadium modes in Smash. By the way, I hate watching reaction videos and people in those reaction videos talking about these side Smash modes like Coin Battle or Stadium mode and saying go back to Smash because nobody cares about this stuff. I hate it when people do that. I genuinely do, and now I'm like, I want to strangle people that do that, because like, okay, sometimes people just want to play Smash and not play Smash, or play a little other side modes. They are still fun, and they can still be fun, and I think all the modes will be most likely online. And I know it's kind of asking too much. I mean, Super Mario Party does not have online on the boards, and the online is kind of limited, but I'm expecting Smash Brothers, because it has such a much bigger budget, will probably have it. Trying to think of other modes that could return or be a part of it. Oh, I think that adventure mode will be the way to get trophies and music, because if you go to the Smash website, the only thing that we haven't heard anything about has been trophies. We haven't even seen trophies. That's the thing, it's super weird. We haven't seen trophies in any way, shape or form. I think that's either linked to Spirit, to the story of the game, or it's linked to the adventure mode where you go around and you collect trophies. But yeah, that's about it. That was almost 18 minutes. Obviously some things are going to be cut, especially the parts where I stopped to drink some tea. But anyway, tell me in the comment section which game modes do you hope to see, be it coming back or new ones. And that's about it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I've been The Legend of the S. Join me tomorrow for the beginning of the Smash Brothers countdown, or the countdown to Smash Brothers Ultimate. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also, apart from the Smash thing, also go and watch my playthroughs of Torn of the Golden Country and Super Mario Party that just began. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys next time.